Welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop, and I've been up again early this morning. It's Thursday the 11th of September and Aldi today DIY tool drop. So I've been over there to pick up a few bits and pieces, which is no doubt why you clicked on this video in the first place. So really the usual, we're going to show you what I got. In fact, you can see one in the big Ferrex box. Got a few other bits and pieces as well. We're going to go through what I've got and then we'll go through what else they had in there today, because there are quite a variety of stuff. But I only got what I needed, and I'll go through why I need it. All right, let's get started. Let's have a look. Right, so I picked up some of these telescopic ratchets. These were $9.99. There was two options. I didn't realise that there was this two-piece one, which is a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 inch wrench, and there's the 1/2 inch, which was a lot bigger, which was on its own. I just wanted the 1/4 inch one for the simple reason it's going to go and live in the toolbox, which I carry in the vehicles as we take them out. So the classics like the dune buggy, the van, and the Scirocco, just in case. I'll have a ratchet set in there, but I think having this telescopic one, both of these will be useful to have in there as addition to get a little bit of extra grunt if there's any other problems with them. So let's have a quick look. See this. So telescopic ratchet set, two-piece. We've gone through. It's a 1/4 inch to 3/8. They extend from 173 to 223 mil and 220 to 320 mil. So it looks quite good. On the back, just some demonstrations, isn't there, of what's what. Let's get rid of these. Right then, let's have a look at these. So I'm assuming, yeah, standard, just a click over one way. Oh right, so pull back. That pull back to extend. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, so it's one or the other. Right, so pull back, extend, and it locks again. Quite. Yeah, that's all right. I think there's a little bit of wiggle on that one. So look at this one. This is going to be the same. This is much beefier. Quite a lot of teeth on that. I like that. All right, so pull back, extend, and lock. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite useful. To get a little bit more leverage on as you need it. Click anywhere else? Oh, there's multiple. Oh, look. There's multiple places where it'll lock back to. The little ball bearing. You can see the little ball bearing just in there. Oh, see, it's got some adjustability. Is this one the same? Yeah, this one's the same. I didn't realise that. Yeah. So anyway, they were. I think they're going to come in useful because obviously they go down short. Rubber handle. There's a little bit of wiggle in that one. This one's fine, but that's got a little bit, quite a bit. Rubber handle. That's just fits in your hand. That one, don't it? Whereas that one feels a lot more substantial. Little holder to hang it up if you need it. Yep, right. I'm happy with those. Happy with those at all. They were $9.99. Let's get rid of those. And the other big thing I got was, I hope this is going to stay in. I picked up a saw. You can never have enough. I've got a couple of fine cut saws. In fact, I think I should have picked another one up because these were $3.99. I think the one I went in only had this one, but looking at this, they also had a universal hand saw, which I think is more of a rip saw. But this will be fine. I've got some rip saws anyway, so this one's quite good. So we've got a fine cut hand saw, triple ground teeth, extra sharp, blade length 550. So it is what it is. Let's see if we can get this out of there. End of the day, it's a saw on it. Oh, it's got its little blade on it. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't often buy saws, so this is useful. Something I just noticed on that one. Maybe we'll get another one off the shelf. This is one of my old saws, ones that are fairly worn out. You normally get the 90-degree on it, so you can use it to strike an edge. And this one doesn't have it. Strange. Look at the image of the other one, which I'll show you in a minute when we go through the catalogue, and that doesn't have it either. Strange, but like a nice grip on that though. There's a rubber grip, non-slip. Yeah, well, that is what it is, isn't it? So, right, that was, so they were $3.99. I thought you can't go wrong with that, can you? So, right, let's get to the big one. So, this is the big thing I got today. Cordless nail gun. There's a couple of reasons why I got this. The main one being I've got a project coming up in the house to do some fake faux paneling, and I would normally be trying to use my air powered one, which has been fantastic. I've built projects with this, boxes, light boxes, as well as do some work on the garage build. But getting an airline from my garage, my workshop, all the way up into the house is going to be cumbersome, difficult, and it's going to keep splitting apart because I have to use quite high pressure on this. So I decided to go with this. Now this was $44.99, so it's not the cheapest thing, but I think I'll get some good use out of it. And I think it'll save me a load of hassle in that project, which will probably be next year. So let's go through what it is. It's the usual 20 volt system, Ferrex system. So I've got loads of batteries for this. Obviously, this is just a naked unit. It doesn't come with an actual battery or charger. It says it's usual powerful impact mechanism, easy release magazine, toothless adjustable depth control. Oh, it's depth control on it. It's helpful. Includes 500 nails and 500 staples. That's quite useful. 20 volt system, 30-minute run time. You're never going to be using this more than 30 minutes. Type 47 and 55 nails. So, has it got anything else written on it? Around, I think it's all this. Oh, it's got a working LED, adjustable depth gauge on it. I'm not sure what this means. I suppose we'll find out. Yeah. Yeah, it'll work on the 20 and 40 volt battery system, 3-year warranty. Yeah, it just tells you there. Hopefully you can squeeze that in there just to tell you what the batteries are. We're going to check it with both in a minute. So let's get this box open. Oops. Oh, instructions, warranty. Just tells you how to load everything. So we've got the carriage, how the nails go in, the adjustment, how to reload it, and some specs on it. No, so that's that. So they're the staples. So we've got a mixture of something that don't actually have is staples. We've got some relatively short nails, and we've got some similar sized staples as well. Right, is that everything? That is everything. Well, let's get this out of the way. All plastic. This is metal frame inside it. It's size comparison. So obviously it's a fair bit bigger than this one. It's a lot heavier as well. Then again, it's carrying a lot more gear on side. So lithium powered Ferrex. Yeah, that's to load it. Kill switch or dead man's handle switch on. I'm assuming that's a bang bang bang. Adjust the height. I'm not sure how that works, if I'm being totally honest with you. Oh, it's for the nails, for the how deep they go, or how much power they're going, how much they leave out the ground, out of it, so they can stand up. Yeah. Right then. Oh, that's nice. It's got a little window so you can see as they're going through, which is useful because this one, you don't know you've used up everything in it until it doesn't fire anymore. It says it does. What we've got here: 15 to 25 millimeter staples and 15 to 32 millimeter nails. Now I do have a selection of extra nails here. So up to 50. I've already got the 20s here that'll work. So similar to that. So we'll test it with what we've got, what's arrived, which I'm assuming are 20mm high ones. And yeah, right then, we need a battery. Well, all my 20 volt batteries attached to tools is what they are. Right, how charged is this? It's clearly enough. So does there need to be something? Oh, it's a dead man's handle. You have to push the thing down. Right. You know what? Let's take this out for the minute. Let's get this loaded. So how do we load this? I'm going to have to use the instructions here, aren't I? All right. We've consulted the manual on this. Right. So you've got the window in here. Turn it over. You put the things in the slot here on that side. Unlock it, and then you can see what you've got left there, which is a bit different to this one, in which you load it in there and then lock it. So this also allows you to load multiple heights of nails and these little recess there so they don't fall out. This doesn't have that. Right then, let's get some bits of wood together and we'll change the angle so we can give it a go. Okay, so we know we've got some nails. We've got some nails in it. Let's put a 20-volt battery on it. I'll grab a 40-volt in a minute. Let's just... So, I've got a variety of mainly plywood. Let's give this a go. So that's going to go in there. I didn't quite all the way through. That's where the adjustment is. So if we do it down to... I'm going to put it onto 1 so it goes all the way through. The nails are too short. Alright, so my pieces of wood are too thin. Right, let me find something else that's a bit thinner. Oh, there we go. There's something there. There's something. Come here. Right, there we go. Something about 10mm thick. Bit of fiberboard. Let's try that again. Right. Again, it's not. See, the nails are they're sticking out a little bit. Let's try that again. That's a bit better. Right, I'm going to adjust it and see if this is anything more. No, see, I've just done the adjustment on that. It makes no difference. I know it says it was primarily for the staples, but that's just right. Okay, let's what I'm thinking. Let's try a 40-volt battery. See if it gives it any more grunt. Okay, so we've got a 40-volt battery on board. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Do you hear the difference then? Again, it goes the other way. Adjust it back to 1. So they're still sticking out a little bit. Oh, that's better. It's me. It's bouncing back, isn't it? Let's try it again. Put some weight on it. That's more like it. God, you can hear the difference, can't you, between this and the 4 amp and the 2 amp? Let's just put this back on. Make sure it's just not me. Right, just push it down. Press the button. That's more like it. It was me. Not pushing down, but they are still a little bit, these ones here, still a little bit proud. So you'd have to go back in and knock them in, which is okay, I suppose. Whereas my air one, boom, straight in, and they're deeply set. Did that do like 2 straight on the bounce there? Let's just check. Right, okay. We know it's good. I think I'm only going to use a 40-volt battery. Right, let's have a... Oh, take that off. Let's swap it out for some... for some staples. We'll give them a go. Yeah, some I've not really done before. So these go in like that. That locks it. Again, you can see them in the side. Let's oh, battery on here. Battery. Right, let's go. Wow. Right, I'm going to try this adjustment thing on the top again. I'm going to put it from 1, that was on 1, let's try it on a 6 and see what it does. Doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. Huh. Strange. And again, they're all sitting slightly proud. I'm going to put the 20 volt back on it. I know we're backing and forthing and backing, but let's just see, because it's a bit weedier, if this does the same thing. So let's just get my hands out of the way. It's doing 2 then, did you see it? It makes no real difference. Not sure about this multiple thing. Try it again. Oh, I see. Right, okay. If you press the trigger guard that's in here, because it will fire, I'll show you. Let's flip this over. So, if this was to go in here with just this trigger, it's just, if you press that in and press, you get 1. Interesting. Right. Okay. Let's have a bit of a recap. Right, I'm just going to unarm it. Not too sure about this at the moment. You definitely need the 40 volt batteries. That's just going in consistently. That multiple firing thing, I can see that being useful if you're doing upholstery. I can. You just keep going and going and going and going. For me, I'll only use the 1 shot at a time because I'm trying to line pieces of wood together. It's the fact that, as you can see, not one of them really went all the way in. You have to put a bit of weight on it. My air compressor one, you fire it and there's so much pressure, it just fires the nail a mil or so deep into the wood. Whereas most of these, particularly I pretty much understand the staples because the way they are. But most of these, particularly that 20 volt, I'm a little bit proud. Whereas only when the 40 volt one, you just give it a little bit extra. But you could audibly hear the difference in power. There's also a delay. So my air one, press the trigger, bang, it's gone. Whereas this, you press the trigger and it fires. Not a big problem, but something you should be aware of, that it's not going to be. This is more of a definitely a DIY. So yeah, have I got it? Yeah, the Ferrex tool, and at the end of the day, it is going to come in useful, even if I have to go around afterwards when I've done the paneling in the house and just knock it in with a what do you call it? What do you call it? The metal thing knocks the end of the thing into. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Man's gone blank on that one. Even if I have to do that on the wall, it's not a biggie. I've got a fill anyway after them anyway to knock them in deeper, regardless. So we'll get some use to this. I do have a light box I need to build fairly soon for the garage, so I might use this instead of that. I'll do a comparison of the two, but we'll see. I'm not sure what this is for. Let me just have a quick shuffle in here, because it doesn't need to make any difference. So what's 10? Impact force pre-select. So you can give it more force. But then when I was changing this from 1 to 6, it didn't seem to change the nature of how far the nail went into the piece of timber. So I'll probably just set it at 1. I don't know if 1's high or 5 is high, because it seems to be more like a depth gauge on it. Right, so I'm rambling. So, useful bit of kit. I think it's going to be useful. Definitely for doing paneling in the house rather than having to driving much deeper nails or bigger nails with a hammer and risk hitting it will be the MDF and putting a hammer mark in it. I think that'll be useful for that. It might be useful for some other bits and pieces as I'm building boxes and things. But we'll give it a go. 45 pounds. Yeah, not too sure about that. It is a bit on the higher end of Ferrex stuff, but it is one of the few bits of kit I don't actually have. So anyway, I'm rambling. It does feel like it's well made. It does exactly what it's going to do. It would be nice if we can get deeper nails on it, because they were 20 mils and I was struggling. It'll do 32s. I haven't got any 32s. I'll have to buy a box of 32mm ones because I think that's what I'll be using generally to get through things like, you know, that's what 20mm thick timber, 50mm thick timber. So the 20mm stuff's not really good enough. But yeah, 44 quid. I have to find somewhere now to put it on my my Ferrex shelf. I'll show you what the problem is. So yeah, I'm pretty at capacity to try and fit this in somewhere. Although I do have a project to get rid of all of my cutting blades and grinding blades because they're no good there, and it might. Will that fit in there? Would that fit? No. It's gonna have to go. It's gonna have to go on the top somewhere, isn't it? Because there's nowhere else for it to go because I've already got stuff on the sides. Right. So that's that wrapped up. Let's go through. I picked up the magazine. Let's go through what else was available in store today. And randomly, I can't understand. This wasn't in here. We'll go through that in a minute. It's weird. Right, let's go through what else was available. Obviously, it was the special buys on today, the 30th, the 11th of September. Get through the burgers and stuff. Right. Electric paint sprayer. Tempted with this, but I've got an air compressor, so if I ever need to paint anything large, I'll just break that out. I did pick one of these kits up a while ago for do some decorating because it's always useful to have rollers and brushes and things. I didn't see the resin lacquer spray paints though. That's interesting. Now, I was tempted by this. I could do with a little step up, but what I really prefer is one of those work platforms that have the fold-out legs with a larger platform, mainly for washing the roof of the van. I hope they do one of those. That's a little bit too lightweight, if I'm being honest with you. But lots of DIY stuff, rollers and paintbrushes. That's quite a good price, $3.99 there, isn't it? I think. Vinyl. I almost picked this up as well, the silicone remover. How often do you do the bath? I do it quite a lot. And I do have a kit that has this in for doing when you put the silicone back on to strike it, and it works really, really well. So I was tempted with that. And we've got moisture and infrared. Oh, infrared thermometer. I didn't realise that was an infrared thermometer. That would be useful for working on the van if there's any problems. I might have to pop back to get that. Don't need a moisture meter. The house is damp. You know, what can you do? Right, onto the tools. As I mentioned, I picked up this saw, which is the fine cut one. There's a universal, I'm assuming almost like a rip saw. And then there was the bow saw. We've got one of these for the garden already. They did have a mixture of screws in. That's the larger telescopic ratchet. They got a couple of corded orbital sanders. I've got the cordless one, otherwise I might have been interested in these, but the cordless one looks absolutely fine. Cutting disc, you've seen. I've got too many cutting discs so far. I need to make something to hold them. Welding helmet. I do have a welding helmet that works quite well, so otherwise I'd probably be tempted to get that. Rechargeable LED work lights, not a bad price, but I already have a couple of work zone ones which are pretty good. And then they were advertising their batteries and chargers. No 40 volts though. And that was it. As I said, I'm sure I saw this. I think I've been keeping an eye online, and I think the online magazine catalogue has this, and it also had. Bear with me a sec. The SSD drill as well, because they were both in store when I went there, stacked up next to each other. This is a great piece of kit. I can't believe I've done without one for so long. Just cuts into brick like butter. But anyway, that was $44.99 as well. I'm certain that's what I paid for this one. But yeah, this is a really nice piece of kit. And that's it. Right, so that's a roundup of what I picked up this morning. Obviously, if you've got this and you've got it last time it came out and you've used it, let me know how you got on with it. I'd be interesting to see how someone else's opinion of it is. But I think we'll leave it there. I've waffled on enough. It's a shame there's no more tools out. I might have to pop out to get me fix. I might have to go to Lidl. There's only one near me, and it's a bit of a trek away. But I might have to pop in there because they've always got stuff in there, haven't they, Parkside? Always. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Cheers.